welcome to the interview series on Media Village with Original Digital.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So for those people who don't necessarily know you, can you just do a quick introduction for yourself?
Sure. I am currently the Chief Marketing and Innovation Officer at Altium Packaging. We're a large packaging company with about 70 locations around US and Canada. We also own one of the larger recycling companies, so we're very much part of the circular supply chain in the packaging arena. Previous to this, I was a partner at Profit, which is a consulting company focused on marketing strategy and innovation. And prior to that, I had founded a marketing consulting company called Revolution Partners, which we sold to Profit.
Yep. And then you also are one of the co-founders for the CMO Collaborative, a group which I'm
Yes.
involved in as well.
Yes, that's right. So the CMO Collaborative is groups of chief marketing officers or heads of marketing organized in local chapters around the country. So we're working with about 20 different chapters in different cities around the country.
Yeah. And so you get the unique opportunity to go talk to a lot of CMOs, a lot of marketers. What are the changes that you're seeing right now for the role? What are the changes you're seeing in people and how they're approaching the role?
Mm-hmm. Couple different things. One is when I sort of entered the marketing world and started my career after business school at Coca-Cola and the brand team and innovation team. There was a lot of focus on brand development, and there's still that focus. But over time, technology and other factors have enabled more performance-based marketing. And so that's been a major shift over time, where it used to be a saying that, half of my marketing works well, we just don't know which half. Nowadays, what I see more and more is that you really need to measure the impact of what you do and return profit to the organization and help grow the business versus just develop the brand. So it's the role is definitely expanded. That's one major change that we see. The proliferation of technologies is kind of constant. Different marketing tools, and now AI is all people sort of seem to want to talk about. So just a lot of new technologies to leverage and help in growing the business.
Mm-hmm. On that first topic, what's interesting is that a lot of the time, and I'm not saying this is what you were implying, but a lot of the time when I hear people talk about that evolution to be a lot more performance-based, they think that means we don't have to worry about the brand, that the brand is not a sustainable, necessary component of that evolution. That's not the case though, right?
No. In fact, what I have seen is that perhaps we've turned our attention away and ignore the brand too much. And I think that's manifests itself sometimes in the advertising that we see. It used to be all of the focus, and a lot of time, energy, and discipline was put around the development of the brand. I think we've stepped a little bit away from that. And so I've seen a lot of examples of sort of poor branding that's out there because maybe people have turned their attention too much to the one side of it.
Yeah. But the community marketers you get to talk to on a regular basis, how do they balance it? How do you balance it in your job? Because it is, I know that I spend a lot of time trying to figure out the story of my brand and how to activate that story. But then you kind of feel like you take off one glove and you put the other glove on. You have to push all the buttons and do all the analytics. You can do both together, but you have to be more patient. It takes a lot longer time to figure out that balance, doesn't it?
It does. It takes longer. It's a lot of art and a lot of science. And I always find shifting gears from very much the right brain to the left brain and then back again, oftentimes within the span of a couple hours, is interesting and challenging. But we're B2B. I think you have these challenges whether you're B2B or B2C.
Sure.
But first and foremost, every time I talk to my CEO, he's questioning what's the return on investment. So I don't even mention any program until I have a sense of what I think we're going to return in value to the organization. But we're also now working a lot on the brand and purpose and sort of elevating our vision into more of a purposeful space. And so it really is, and it's fun. That's why this field is fun, to be able to both on art and science and figure out the blend in between.
Yeah. Now, how do you balance your day on there's three things. You mentioned two already. There's the development of the brand. There's the proof points for the rationale for the spend that you're doing. But you also have to pay attention to the future, those new technologies, those new tactics which are out there. How do you balance those three? Because that's something that I find is a struggle for a lot of marketers.
Well, I'll tell you, the hiring great people, okay,
Yeah.
whether it's internal or external, because one person can't do all of this alone. They can't be great at everything, and they can't be great at everything at the same time. And so having a team of people that you surround yourself with, both on an internal and external basis, and hiring people that are particularly good at one thing or another, really helps me do my job effectively and deliver value to the organization and where we operate. Um, so my day, and no day is the same, and that's part of the fun of it. What might involve all three aspects, or one day and one the next, and so it's really a matter of identifying what are the objectives that we're trying to achieve, and then pushing on the dimensions, at the same time staying abreast of the technology and incorporating what we can to help us add the most value and achieve our
Mhm.
results.
Have you or your team seen any really interesting new advancements in technology or in analytics or platforms out there that you've seen be valuable?
Yeah, I don't know that how unique it is. We have in the B2B landscape and in our industry built a very effective digital marketing engine. And so that's really returning positive ROI for us. That's exciting. We're using different tools, marketing automation into our CRM system, and different ways to attribute lead flow, et cetera. So that's something. Um, Clearly AI, and I think some companies are embracing this faster than others. I'm pushing us to accelerate our progress there, but really seen some amazing capabilities using artificial intelligence. A lot of people are talking about it. There's a tool that I'm pushing hard to incorporate into our organization. I've seen it demonstrated in other marketing groups, and so that's a focus of mine lately, to make us more efficient in what we do. Um, and um, what else? What was the question? You gotta edit this one out, but
It's
what was
okay.
the original question?
No, it's like what technology, tactics, or processes have you seen as of late that really you found value in, something different that you weren't doing before?
Yeah, definitely AI, definitely digital marketing. Um, another part of my role here is sustainability.
Hmm.
And there's a host of solutions that are coming online to sort of measure or track your sustainability. And for us and our customers, sustainability is critically important. I'm really thrilled that it's part of my team, and so we're now deploying a host of tools to allow us to identify our targets and track against our targets, both customer specific and also for Altium in general. So we're mapping out our own decarbonization journey. And it's the double click into, a lot of companies have sort of set the big goals. A lot of them did that without a realization of what it's going to take to get there. We're now in the phase where we've not only measured our scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, but specifically project by project, how are we going to get there to meet our goals, to lower our carbon footprint. So and we're using some tools to enable us to do that. Very cool, very exciting, cutting edge kind of work.
And was that initiative for sustainability, is that one that was put on the plate of you as a marketer, or was that one that you chose to lead?
No, I really chose to lead it and push to lead it in our organization. We feel like we're now among the leaders in our industry, and our customers are telling us that as well. But it's something that no, I pushed hard to, and I had a passion for it, and therefore my CEO said, "Okay, it's yours, run with it," and it's been really very interesting. It's really exciting function, and a lot to do. We're just at the beginning, and I'm really optimistic about our own goals and our own plans and methods to reach to lower our carbon footprint, and also to do that on behalf of our customers.
Mhm. And you mentioned your customers that they've given you feedback. This is something that's actually really important to them as well.
Absolutely,
So that
absolutely.
that has a broad benefit to your brand.
That's right. And our customers range from, big CPGs and big multinationals down to smaller businesses, smaller brands. But whether it's sort of, customer driven goals or legislatively driven mandates, we want to be on the forefront of understanding how to serve our customers' needs, how to help them grow their businesses, lower their carbon footprint, and therefore, we need to be able to be on top of that to understand how to do that for ourselves as well.
Good. That's good. One more question I'll have for you. And it's a variation on a question I ask a bunch of different people, but I've never asked it this way. So specifically, you're a B2B marketer. I happen to be B2B as well. I enjoy B2B. If you were talking to somebody who is about to come into the marketing industry, what would you tell them to focus on about B2B marketing? Why is it something that's of interest? What are some areas that you would recommend that they take a look at?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, to me, marketing is marketing. It's about growth. I started my career in B2C. I'm now doing more B2B. I don't think of it necessarily as different. I think about it, what are your customers or consumers' needs? What are their unmet needs? How can you best deliver upon those needs better than anyone else in a differentiated and compelling way, such that they're willing to pay you more or partner with you more than others. And so I think just that's marketing, and it's about growth, whether it's B2C or B2B. So that's my thought on that. If someone were to,
Yeah.
coming out into marketing right now, I would say, get as much experience as you can. So much of it is about, who you're working with and how much leeway they give you to run with things. And so I think it's just more about kind of what you're doing, what your attitude is, and who you're working with, so that you can learn and grow as fast as possible.
That's good advice. One bonus question. How important is ABM, account-based marketing, these days?
Um, Important. I think it's really important. And there's tools that enable effective ABM, account-based marketing. So I don't have that much more to say about it, but I think it
Fair
is
enough.
an important tool to help people grow their businesses.
Fair enough. It's definitely something I've had a chance to go talk to a couple of classes at some various universities. And for the ones who are graduating in the next year or two, I've been telling them to start to go do a deep dive into account-based marketing because,
Yeah.
to your point, as a B2B marketer or a B2C marketer, they're both just different flavors of the same chip. And I
Right.
find that they're more and more valuable now because we have the ability to get more granular about an audience
Right.
and to surround that audience with specific types of media. And
Hmm.
it's an area that I think is probably going to become even more important over the next 10 years. So,
I agree. Definitely.
cool. Well, Brian, thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day. I know you're
Absolutely.
busy.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Corey. Appreciate doing this.